All right, guys. Welcome. Angela here. Jordan's actually downstairs. He's going to be up here in just a moment. And today's really exciting. We decided to do a hangout here in the middle of the afternoon over in the US because we realized that there's a lot of people that haven't gotten a chance to hear what we're going to be talking about here this afternoon. They haven't had a chance to actually hear it live. So what we're actually doing is a hangout in the middle of the afternoon to really cater to the folks on the other side of the pond over in the UK and such. So welcome down. Today, like I said, it's really exciting because what we're going to be sharing with you is how to earn anywhere between $400 and $3,298 this week with us online. We're going to lay out a very specific game plan for you on how to actually do this. But before we do that, what we want to do is actually go ahead and jump into how this whole thing actually got started. Going back here about 93 days ago to be exact, Jordan and I launched a company called the Freedom Fighters Network that literally went from 0 to about 10,000 members inside of our very first 3 weeks. There's some very specific reasons as to why that happened that we're going to cover here today as well. But really going back to our original vision and what we were actually looking to accomplish just 3 months ago was we wanted the brand new person to be able to succeed online. Jordan and I have been in the industry for years and years, and I know that when I first got started and when he first got started, we struggled for a long time. I actually struggled for about 4.5 years before I finally figured out how to earn a sizable enough income online to quit my job as an insurance broker. Jordan was lucky enough to quit his job after, I believe, 22 months, right, Ben?
20, yeah, just under. Yep.
But the bottom line is this: what we've seen over the years through literally bringing in thousands of people into this industry, most people are not willing to stick around for 22 months or for 4.5 years before they start having success. Most people will actually quit after 43 days is the exact average of the industry. If you're not making money, you'll quit after 43 days. And so when we came together to launch the Freedom Fighters Network a few months ago now, we wanted to do things a little bit different. We knew that in order to really create a lot of duplication, really create a lot of success, that people had to be able to make money fast. People had to be able to come in and follow a process that was so simple that they could start earning money in their very first week, right? So what we did was we actually put this process together, we tested it, we proved the concept, we proved that it worked, and then we discovered what our actual numbers were, and we actually were able to offer a guarantee to people, a guarantee that you'll actually be able to come in, start making money within your first 30 days with us if you follow our formula, or we'll pay you $150 cash. Now, obviously, you do have to actually follow the formula. You can't come in, sit around, do nothing, and then make money. There is work required, but what we eliminated was the massive learning curve. That was our aim, was to eliminate the massive learning curve. Our aim was also to be able to bring people into something where they not only were able to make a little bit of money, $25 commissions, $5 override commissions, and things of that nature. Our aim was to be able to provide something in the marketplace for people to be able to earn higher level commissions, be able to earn, $400 commissions, $3,298 commissions, just, higher level commissions that are life-changing. Like how would it change your life if you're able to earn $400 tomorrow online, right? It's one thing to be able to earn $25 tomorrow online. That would probably be pretty exciting for you, especially if you've never earned any money before on the internet. But if you're able to earn $400 tomorrow, that's a life-changing amount of money for a lot of people out there. I remember hearing a statistic a while back, something about in the US, the people that were in foreclosure. When was this? Like a few years ago?
A couple years ago, when everything was bottoming out.
Yeah, when things were bottoming out a couple years ago here in the U.S., there was a statistic. Yeah, I'm having a real hard time with that word today. There was a statistic out there that if people had earned an extra $500 a month, the average person that did foreclose wouldn't have actually had to foreclose. So what we're actually wanting to do here is not allow you to earn, a little bit of money and just have like a side income. Our aim was to be able to have you come into a process that was so simple that you could actually earn enough money to even quit your job, stay home with your kids, things of that nature, before you even understand marketing. And then when you go and you understand more advanced marketing concepts, which we do actually teach within our system, then you can earn really life-changing income, be able to go on vacations all the time, be able to really earn that lifestyle income that people out there on the internet are always talking about, right? people like me and Jordan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
So,
where are we on
just
the
pass it over to you for any opening thoughts before we kind of jump into
cool.
before we jump
are
into
we anywhere on
the game
folks,
plan.
we've got an
just-
outline here so that we
We
can
haven't really
actually
been using the outline though.
just been
Just
going, huh?
freestyling.
Perfect. So Wilson, hey, Pascal, awesome, Eric, Eldar. There's quite a few people here and people waking up in the middle of the night and all sorts of exciting stuff going on. But yeah, what Angela was just saying, folks, you know, our vision was never to just help people make a little bit of money or small commissions. We always knew that we wanted a way for people to earn bigger commissions because, yeah, that's got to go. Sorry, folks. So our vision was always to help people earn bigger commissions. And here's the reason why. Because, you know, like, what is it? The average American family salary is what, like $36,000 a year, $40,000 a year or something like that. Well, that's literally one commission a month, one high level commission a month. And that's during pre-launch. Those commissions are actually going to increase in size as we go into you know, the retail pricing and you know, we're still gonna have discounts at that point in time as well, fast action discounts, things of that nature. But people being able to earn literally just making one sale a month, people can go and create an entire average American family income just like that, right? And to me, that's exciting. To me, that's super exciting because, you know, I've been involved in the industry for a long time, like Angela said. I've been able to make money. I quit my job just over 4 years ago. I've been able to make a lot of money over the years. And I remember all the struggles in different things. And I remember one of the things was having a ton of different income streams built into one or lots of little tiny income streams. If one went away, it didn't really mean anything to you. The problem that I always found with that was they weren't all consistent, right? Like there wasn't no consistent flow with it. It was like, you know, 1 month I might sell 5 of these things and then not any for the next 6 months, you know, and then 1 month I might sell 10 of these things and then not any for the next 6 months again. And what happened was I was just kind of like hovering around $2,000 to $3,000 a month for the longest time ever in my business, right? Until I discovered a way to earn bigger commissions. Now, amazingly enough, when I first got involved in this industry years ago, I was in a company that I was able to earn higher level commissions with. The only thing that happened was right when I actually started learning how to market, right when I actually started learning how to succeed, that company went away. You know, like it stopped. It just like went away. So I was like, okay, that doesn't work anymore. Obviously, that kind of sucks. I got into like the regular MLM thing for a while with you know, with the lower level commissions and the long-term residual income, you know, that whole pitch of like, let's build out for 5 years and then 5 years from now you'll be making enough money for the long-term residual income. There's literally like 5 companies that have withstood the test of time to make that long-term residual income an actual truth, you know. And so really, you know, really we came back to making bigger commissions. That's what we wanted, right? But here's the problem that we always ran into, and really our vision for the Freedom Fighters Network. I was able to make money. I was able to earn commissions. I was able to do things. And I was actually able to help my team members make higher level commissions in the company we were involved in, doing some of the different things that we're actually implementing here in the Freedom Fighters Network. But here was the issue that I always ran into. We could not help our team members get front end sales, right? Like we didn't have something together that could get people in the front door. And folks, you can't make these kind of sales here if you don't have people coming in the front door, right? Like you could have, you know, I remember back in the day, I get involved in this business, with bigger commissions. And I've got this awesome marketing system and all this stuff. It was like amazing, right? It was a super cool thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I got a business and people should just want to join me and spend money with me because I am now a serious business owner, right? Like that was totally just thinking that way. It took me a couple of weeks before I realized like, hey, no, people don't just want to join you because you're a business owner. You actually have to figure out how to get people to come to the front door, right? Like you actually have to get people in through the front door. It's like taking a store, a beautiful store with amazing products, with awesome, you know, like awesome products, great value, great deal. People want to buy it if they saw it, and then putting that store on an island like this big in the middle of the ocean
with no bridges.
With no bridges to get there. No way for people to get there, right? You got to have ways for people to get there, right? So that was what what we saw the industry needed was a front end thing like Freedom Fighters Network, a way for people to get people in through the front door. And we're not talking about, you know, a lot of things out there. What you see is, hey, we're going to teach you how to market. We're going to teach you how to go out there and, you know, whether it be talking to friends and family or doing offline marketing, like, you know, flyering campaigns or, you know,
spamming Facebook
and just like literally blasting everyone, you know, and saying, hey, I'm in this opportunity. You should check it out right now and you can get started and blah, 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 all this other stuff, whatever. It's the biggest thing ever. Who cares, right? Teaching people how to market. And then, holy cow, I totally just lost my train of thought here. So what typically happens is people need to learn how to market and get people to the front of that system. That's what takes the longest time for people to learn, right? So we knew all along, leading up to the creation of the Freedom Fighters Network, that we needed a way, not only a thing that could actually help people make money online, but something that actually allowed them to get sales on the front end, allowed them to get people in on the front end before they even understood why it was working or why it was happening, without them having to go out there and learn paid marketing and Facebook marketing and how to sit in front of a camera and talk and create a video that's going to be compelling enough to get people to want to click on a link down below and take an action step, right? And then also, once you have this awesome video up, how do I actually get people to watch it? Like, you know, it used to be back in the day, you could post a video on YouTube, and because you were posting it on YouTube, all of a sudden you're getting views automatically, right? Like, because that was the thing. But so many people have videos on YouTube. There's so much noise going on out there. How do you stand out from the crowd? How do you make it so that people want to go watch your video, right? Well, that's a whole other learning curve as well, right? So it's not like you can't say to someone, hey, what typically happens is people are like, hey, we've got this amazing system. You can get involved. You can start making money today. It's awesome, right? You can start making money today. You can start getting people to the front door today. Yeah, if you know marketing, if you understand marketing, right? That takes weeks and months and years to master all the different areas of marketing, right? Me and Angela have been doing this for 5-6 years now. And quite honestly, I mean, I don't believe that I'm even a master yet, right? Like, we are very close to, I'm not gonna lie. I'd say being able to launch a company where we bring in this many people, 10,000 in our first 3 weeks, and then another 15, 20,000 or so. I don't know where the number is actually at right now. I haven't looked in a couple days. But the point being, folks, is we wanted a way where the brand new marketer could plug in with something and literally plug in with the system, have it set up, and have a traffic source ready to run that they could just tap into without understanding why. They could start getting front-end traffic, leads, signups, making money without them understanding why it's happening. And then once they have that going on, they start to learn the things. We have marketing training inside of the system, inside of the training area. We have entrepreneurial mindset training, how to transition your mind from being an employee, right? Someone who goes and punches a clock and trades time for money, to someone who is going to trade their, you know, other people's time for money, or trade their money for more money, right? Like, there's an entire transition that has to happen there, you know, and it can take a little bit of time unless you surround yourself with the right people that have already done it and really go to work on that, right? So we've included all of this stuff, but we don't believe that people should have to know all that stuff in order to get moving, right? We don't believe, you know, when I got started, I got plugged in with this system, and then they said, hey, buy this training for $150 after you got started. Buy this training for $150. It's going to teach you how to do Google AdWords. Okay, so I go and I create Google AdWords, right? So then I'm getting leads, right? I'm getting leads, but I'm getting no sales, right? Because I didn't know how to actually convert those leads into people that wanted to pay me money. Because then what you had to do was you had to learn how to email them. You had to write compelling emails that would make that person want to go get started. Well, here's the issue with that, and maybe you can relate. If you've even been online for more than a month or so, you probably know what an autoresponder is. You probably have an email autoresponder system set up that when people put their name and email address into a website, or just their email address, they go onto a system where you get to mass email people whenever you feel like it, right? Well, you have to write compelling emails that are going to get them to want to take action and get started with you. The issue is this. The issue is this. I'm brand new. I've never made money. You should work with me, right? Like, that is the issue, right? Well, what if, and what if you could go and do something where you could help someone get results, then they could turn around. And this is the real simplicity of it, folks. I'm going to give you out the entire formula here. Plug in, get going with traffic, get some simple results on the front end. Now, literally plugging in and getting going with the traffic, it takes less than 45 minutes to set everything up and actually have your marketing done.
Yeah.
45 minutes from now, you can literally be all the way set up and actually have your marketing done for our front end system for Freedom Fighters Network. You can do that by clicking the button down below and getting started with the person who invited you here today, right? Doing that takes 45 minutes. Okay, so here's the other steps. Wow, like a car drove by and I'm like, whoa. And usually, folks, we do hangouts at night and like it's dark out there, so I can't usually see all the beautiful mountains and the look at this view, by the way, from our office here, folks. This is this is, to me, is just so awesome. Like aside from the fact that there's the gas station there, like we literally just. I love this room being the office because we get to see the beautiful view of the mountains. I'm gonna miss that when we go to Australia here in a minute, but
we'll have a beautiful view.
We'll have a beautiful view of the ocean. So the step after that, and this is really simple, and it can't be done for most people. Most people are like, okay, I see that's the step, but how do I get there, right? It's the middle is what we solved, right? The middle is what we solved, because what happens next, once you have a result to speak of, you can turn around and you can market the fact that you have a result to speak of. Once you have that result to speak of, you can turn around and bring in and attract people to you. Her mom is a great example of this. Juan Pablo is a great example of this. Tammy Kelly is a great example of this. Pascal John is a great example of this. And folks, I mean, my God, there's literally so many more that I just can't even think of. I know, and I might pronounce your name wrong, Pallav Gasol. Dude, you're crushing it too. And there's so many more people. Like I could literally just go into the Facebook group and list people after people after people of what they're doing. They plug in, they got some results with our proven method, and then they literally turn around and say, okay, hey, guess what? Look at how I got results. I plugged in, I used this simple system, I got results, and you can do it too. I was brand new, or I was struggling forever, and I'm getting results. And it's so easy, you can do it, right? But folks, if you can't get those results first, you can't go on and say, hey, look at all these results I'm getting. And really that was the big struggle I had in the beginning. I remember looking at my mentor, the first guy that brought me in, Aaron, you know Aaron. Mm-hmm. And he brought me in, and I'm looking and I'm saying, man, this guy makes about $2 million a year. It's easy for him to say, hey, join me, I make $2 million a year. I'm like, I can't say that. What do I say to people? I don't know. Literally the first person that I had almost joining me, and I think this is absolutely hilarious. This is back when I used to call my leads, like wouldn't call 17 days after opted in, because I was so, anyone ever been told to call, like you generate a lead with a phone number and then you're supposed to call them and talk to them and sell them on the opportunity, right? Well, I don't know about you, but I was never a salesman. I mean, I sucked at sales when I first got started, right? Obviously, I'm a lot better at it now, but I sucked at sales when I first got started. And I remember talking on the phone to this guy, and he's like, I'm loving it. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go. And before he went and signed on the dotted line and put his credit card details in, I was like, great, man, you're my first sign up. We're going to go make millions together. Click. Nice. And I never heard from him again. I called him like 2 or 3 more times, like desperate. This is like literally my 3rd month into the business. That's my first person that was going to sign up, and I completely tanked it, right? Because I didn't have results to speak of. If, on the other hand, if I would have been talking to him and said, hey, man, dude, this is awesome. I'll show you exactly what I do. I literally already have 20 people in my team, right? He'd have been like, cool, awesome, show me how you do that, right? Yeah. It would have been an entirely different conversation. It would have gone entirely differently. If this would have been around when I first got started, I'd be a multi-millionaire already, and I'd have literally 50 to 100 people that have made millions of dollars with me. It would have been absolutely insane, right? But folks, the money was not made from our front end. The money, there is money made from our front end. Don't take that the wrong way. The big money, the true vision, what we really want people to be able to achieve. You see, we had a goal when we first shot that the initial sales video here, and our goal's obviously grown. But before the end of the year, we're going to get 100 people that are making $100,000 a year. Well, what does it take for people to get there, right? We're not saying that we're going to have 100 people that make $100,000 before the end of the year, although I believe we'll have a ton of people that do, especially with what's coming up here. I mean, and those of you know who you are that are going to do this. There's a lot of you, and some of you that don't even know that you're about to do this because of what's about to happen here in the next few days. literally making about $8,300 a month puts you on track to making $100,000 a year. So we want to get people to 5 figures a month, $10,000 a month, will put you at well over $100,000 a year, right? That's what we want to get people to, 100 of you or more. And
I'll take more.
And seeing what's about to happen here, being able to earn $400 commissions, that might take a little bit more, but being able to earn $3,300 commissions during $5,000 commissions, $4,000 and $5,000 commissions on sales you make. How many does that take? 2 or 3 sales a month, and you are making $100,000 a year, right? Well, folks, that was not easy back in the day because you didn't have the front end sales, right? Without what me and Angela put together in the Freedom Fighters Network, without having this piece in place here, without having that, this wouldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, the beautiful thing is this, folks, and we're going to talk about this more a little bit later. And I think we're totally off key here on this outline and whatnot, but I think we're touching on some really cool stuff here. So I'm going to keep going with this. The really beautiful thing, and this is one of the most important things, folks, is if someone looks at something and they believe they can do it, then they will get started. I literally watched something happen last year that absolutely amazed me. I was working with people that, to my knowledge, had no money. I don't have money.
We were both working with people that, to our knowledge, had no money.
Right. And Angela goes in a different direction than I was going, right? And some of these people followed her. And all of a sudden, these people had money. I was like, where did that come from? Oh my God, what happened here, right? You see, folks, to invest in something, the bottom line is they have to believe that they can do it. They have to believe that they can actually take the action steps. They have to believe that when they take these action steps that they too can get results. So when someone sees a very simple process, i.e. what we lay out in our sales video, a very simple process to get your first results online, right? And then they get inside and they see a very simple process. Look, folks, it takes 45 minutes right now to go through our entire setup as well as getting all of your first marketing done, to be able to market the business, to be able to get out there, get traffic leads and make money, make sales. It literally takes less than an hour. Anyone can do this. Anyone has an hour to get a business started. Anyone, right? Anyone that wants to change their life has an hour to get a business started. Now, here's where the beautiful thing happens. They then see something that says, hey, here's your opportunity to not only make a little bit of money, but here's your opportunity to make a lot of money, right? Here's your opportunity to make high-level commissions. And the beautiful part about it is you're not the one making the sales. You don't have to hop on the phone with people and hard close them or anything of that nature. If anything, if one of your customers says, hey, can we hop on the phone really quick? You might say, yeah. And they'll say, hey, I really want to do this. Should I do this? And you say, well, absolutely. Because the system works on its own and you can make those kind of commissions, and they will absolutely do it, right? People will absolutely buy into this because they'll see a way where they can not only get front end sales, but they can make high level commissions. When they see that, the money is so, like, I've often heard it said, like, if I were to say to you, hey, for $4,000, if you can come up with $4,000 right now, I will give you this thing that's worth $100,000. Like, I'll give you this brand new Porsche if you can give me $4,000 by the end of the day. Right? And you know it's brand new and you can literally go do whatever you want with it. You can go sell it. You can go do whatever you want with it. You can drive it. There is not a person on earth that wouldn't come up with the $4,000. Now, I've heard that pitched before in other opportunities. Well, here's the issue. In those other opportunities, people look at it, they're like, well, yeah, but then you're telling me that to do what you did, I have to call and talk to friends and family. I have to talk to strangers on the street. I have to bring people to hotel meetings. I have to try and get people to my home parties. I have to do Starbucks meetings. I have to do, I have to be the one doing all the marketing. I have to be the one doing all this stuff, right? To get started at least before I even understand anything, right? I see what you went through. There was people that looked at the success that I had achieved online and they said, Jordan, I don't want to do that. Not because your lifestyle is not amazing right now, but because I know what you went through to get there. I watched you struggle for 2 years before you were broken through and making the kind of money you're making now and having the lifestyle that you're having now. You invested a lot of time and energy to learning that. I don't have that kind of time and energy to learn what it is you learned, right? Well, take that process, simplify it, and say, hey, guess what? I got my first results in my first week, in my first couple hours, in my first day, right? Then anyone you look at that comes to you and says, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I just did this thing. It took 45 minutes. Here, try it out, right? It's free. Try it out. It's awesome. Try it out. They can do that. They believe they can do that. People will, literally, people that told me no years ago are coming to me and saying, hey, how do I get started?
Yeah, I mean, going back to what Jordan was talking about, when a bunch of people followed me into something that I was going to be doing last year, and all of a sudden they upgraded. The reason why they upgraded and they came up with money out of thin air, literally out of thin air, people that told me they had no money came up with $3,000, like lots of people. The reason why they did that is because they saw something that they could see themselves doing. They saw something that would work. So if you've struggled in the past and you're sitting here wondering, you know, can I do this? Well, the question is, you know, the question is, do you think you can actually go through the same process that you just went through? Some random person that you've never heard of before actually sent you the page, right? They sent you the page because you were out there already looking for a way to make money on the internet. You were seeking that out. You were not sitting there, you know, with your arms crossed saying, I don't want to make money on the internet. You were out there looking for a way to make money on the internet. Some random person sent you a link exactly at the time that you were looking for that thing, right? And then from there, you went through a simple 5-step process. If you haven't yet, you should. By clicking the button down below this video, you can actually go through that simple 5-step process that Jordan was just discussing with you. It takes about 45 minutes. You send traffic to more people who are already looking for a way to make money online, right? And then from there, you're introduced, and not yet because we haven't actually launched this yet. This is what we're going to be talking about here today. From there, you're introduced to a way where you can not only have a really, really incredible product, but you can also have a way to earn anywhere between $400 and $3,298 in one sale. And you can do that without literally ever talking to the person that sent you to the page. And so as you're going through this process, you realize, well, crap, the person that sent me here, I don't even know who they are. I've never talked to them, and I want to buy this product. So you realize what's going to happen is when you send people that are just like you from the same traffic source that the person sent you there from, right? The same process is going to happen. People are looking for a way to make money on the internet. People are looking for a way they can stay home with their kids. They can go on more vacations. They can not have to work a job every day. They're looking for a way. A lot of people are looking for a way. Millions of people every single month are looking for a way. The difference between this and all the other stuff out there is that this is actually a legitimate thing wherein if you come in, you have a real chance of actually making money within your first 30 days. We in fact guarantee that you'll make money within your first 30 days if you go through those 5 steps and you send traffic and you generate leads. And how can we guarantee that? It's not because we like giving away $150, because we actually will pay you $150 cash, right? If you actually go through those steps and you don't make money, it's not because we like giving away $150, it's because we know the numbers. See, a lot of people out there, they think that like earning money from home is a luck thing. I've been told this before, like, oh, you're so lucky. It has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with the numbers. See, when you're told that you need to talk to your friends and family in order to get people into an opportunity, that has to do with luck. Because your friends and family are either people that are interested in earning a home-based income or they're not. And it's completely luck-based, in my opinion. And
Unless
I had
really good at hard closing your family.
And I had, you know, a really, really terrible time with that. When I first got involved in this industry, none of my family wanted to buy into anything that I was ever offering, right? That has to do with luck. When you have a traffic source wherein everybody in that traffic source wants to make money from home. They've already raised their hand. They've bought stuff before that's actually showed them how to make money. They've been struggling because most things out there is not easy. Most things out there cause you to actually struggle for 4.5 years like I did, right? And so there's people out there looking for this. If you actually just hand them exactly what they're looking for, don't you think they'll want to buy it? Well, yeah, they do. We've actually proven this concept time and time again over the course of the past 3 months by literally bringing in tens of thousands of people. Our system converts higher than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. If you're a veteran marketer and you're sitting there and you're wondering, you know, what are our conversions? I'll get into like a little bit more of an advanced concept and try and explain it in the most simple way that I can possibly explain it. And basically it works like this. Traffic is website visitors, right? So if you're on this page right now, you are traffic to this site, right? Traffic is website visitors. You get website visitors to go to a site to take an action, i.e. fill in their email address on a page, and then from there they watch a sales video, And then from there, they either decide to buy or they decide to not buy, right? But throughout the entire process, the people that land on our sales video, 11.5% of those people fill in their credit card details, take our 7-day free trial, and go through those steps. Those conversions are literally off the charts. If you've been around this industry for any period of time, you realize that that industry average of people that watch a sales video, typically 1% or less will take an action. 2% is like incredible. 11.5% is like ridiculous. It's completely unheard of. It's completely unheard of numbers. And the reason why the numbers are so unheard of here again is because people, as they go through this process, they can see themselves doing it. Yeah. They realize that their aunt or their uncle or their sister or their brother did not send them a link to this page. They realize that they were out there on the internet looking for a way to make money online, and that there's other people doing the same thing. That's really, really the key here, guys. Like if you have a way of sending traffic to people that are already interested, there's no reason why you can't do this. And that's what we offer. And that's what we have inside of our system. You know, going back to what we were talking about earlier on in the Hangout about how people have to learn advanced marketing concepts, we knew when we created the Freedom Fighters Network that we needed a way where we could send cold traffic to our funnels. We needed a way where we could send people that had no reason to know us, like us, or trust us, that we could send these people over to our funnels in the masses. Literally tens of thousands of people on a daily basis could come to our funnels. And we knew that if we could do that, then we could offer that same traffic to other people, and other people be able to get the same or similar results to us, right? Because if I'm sending the same traffic as you're sending to the same exact funnel, what are the chances that you're not going to get the same results as me? You probably are, right? That's how this works. That's how this works so well. So in order to prove the concept, this is really cool. We actually did to actually launch the company because no other company has really ever done this before. See, the way that launches typically work inside of the industry is people that are leaders create a system, right? Like Jordan and I were leaders in our last company, so we create a system. And the way that it would typically work is we go to all of our other leader friends that have large marketing lists and things of that nature, and we'd say, okay, we launched this cool thing, or we put together this cool thing, we want to launch it with all of you guys that already know us, and can you guys mail your lists and get the word out there that this thing is really cool because we think it's really cool. And that's how launches typically work. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's been lots of very, very successful companies that have launched that way. But what does that really prove for the brand new person, right? If you're a brand new person, you don't have a marketing list. You don't have influence. You don't have people that you can just send things to that have already bought from you, that already trust you when you tell them to buy something, and they actually just buy it just because you say to buy it. Right. It doesn't really prove anything for the new person. It just proves.
Can I cut in here just a moment, because a thought just popped into my head. You know, oftentimes, folks, you see companies out there with amazing products, and you know, I've been involved in quite a few that have amazing products. Or so I thought, or products that everyone wants, right? Everyone's gonna want this product. The product is gonna sell itself, don't even worry. I promise you, if you just show this to people,
sells itself.
If you just show this product to people, they're going to want it, right? That is not the case with pretty much everything. That is not the case with pretty much everything. I could go show our product line to the wrong people and they would not want it, right? People don't like being sold, right? I love being sold, quite honestly. and the reason is because I learned how to sell better. Right? I learned how to make more sales myself. I love being sold. Me and Angela are studying some really amazing sales pitches and different things of that nature consistently because we like learning what people are doing, what really successful people are doing to make money, not just in our industry, but in other industries as well. And I'm not going to get into exactly what that is right now, but the thing is, folks, like you see people out there saying, hey, this product, everyone's going to want to use it, so all you have to do is literally show it to them. That's not the case. You need to show it to the right people, right? That's where marketing comes into play. If you don't understand marketing, you're showing the product to people that aren't interested. This is why literally talking to friends and family never works, right? Or at least not to any good extent unless you hammer them. I remember, and you know, a good book, the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. I remember a concept in there. The concept was make a little filing thing with file cards, right? With index cards of someone's name and information and all this stuff, right? And then contact everyone, and whoever says yes, you know, you put into a different box. Whoever says no, you move back 6 months, right? So you literally, you have a thing that says you're going to talk to this person in January, and you have one for February and one for March and one for April and all this stuff. And you literally just keep hammering those people over and over and over again until they either get in or tell you to, go whatever. I mean, my family was literally telling I remember talking to my brother one time, right? Because what we were taught in this company was, hey, you've talked to them about the business opportunity already, but have you talked to them about the product? Okay, well, all of a sudden now, hey, the product's changed or we have a new pitch, so now you need to go back to them again. Oh, hey, now we've got this thing where if they refer 3 people, they get theirs free. So who wouldn't want this because they're going to get free product if they just refer 3 other people? Well, yeah, but then they have to go out there, idiot, and market the product, idiot. Like that's so in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's exciting because everyone's going to want this product, right? And I'm not going to say what the product was, but I remember thinking, oh my God, this is exciting. I was at a live event. I'm like, oh my God, they're right. Who wouldn't want this product if they could get it for free? Like everyone should want this product if they can get it for free. They get you all juiced up and jacked up at these events. And I go home and I call him. I'm like, dude, you can get the product for free. He's like, all right, send me some. I'm like, well, that's not how it works. You actually have to refer 3 people. He's like, dude, fuck off. Like, please don't ever tell me again about your business. Like, I love you. You're my brother. I love you to death.
This is Brandon, isn't it?
No.
Oh, really?
No, but I don't want to join your business. I don't want to buy your product. I don't care. I'm like, dude, okay, fine. I get it. That was when I stopped listening to that kind of BS nonsense there. Kind of. I made one other mistake that Angela saw a few years ago that was just absolutely insane. But folks, if the product really sold itself and if that stuff actually worked, then a lot more people would be a whole lot more successful in our industry.
Nothing sells itself.
Nothing sells itself, and going to the wrong prospect, it's like going to, it'd be like coming to me and Angela and trying to sell us baby food. Although like the little peaches, I like those. I would probably buy some of those, but maybe a different way, maybe diapers. Although, maybe sometimes I need some of those, but joking, folks, joking. It's literally selling selling a product that someone doesn't need and trying to literally hammer it into them and saying, you need this product. And they're like, no, I don't. Stop telling me I need this product. Well, it's a whole lot easier when we literally show you, we say, hey, these people are actually seeking out how to buy this product.
Yeah, we
They're
literally
looking for it. And you don't even have to know how to find them. We literally have resources of people that can send hundreds of thousands of people a month, a week, to us, to you, and all you have to do is give them money and they do all the work, right? That is the beautiful thing. That's called leverage. Now before I was an actual business owner and I didn't understand this concept, I was like, oh, I got into paid marketing and then I was like terrified of it because I was the one doing the marketing and I spent like $15,000 or $18,000 and I made nothing. And I was like, okay, free marketing it is for life, right? I was doing free marketing for years and I got really good at it. And I made, I had made my first like $13,000 a month, all off of free marketing, all off of Facebook and blogging, right? But the problem with that was I was spending 6 to 8 hours a day working. I was spending time, doing research and studying and then putting blog posts together and then marketing those blog posts and backlinking and doing all the SEO stuff and just emailing my list, writing emails to make sure that they got these blog posts. And then, leads coming in, I'd get on the phone. I'd spend an hour on the phone every single day. Half of that time was spent like hesitating to call because quite honestly, I hate getting on the phone and trying to convince someone that they want to buy something. I like actually just people deciding to buy something and then I'm like, hey, cool, congratulations, you bought something because you wanted to buy it, not because you needed me to get on. I think that's one of the stupidest things ever, is literally, and I wouldn't say if someone were to call me and say, hey, can I just talk for a minute? Like I wouldn't do that now, like that's entirely different, but literally going out of your way to call people who've put in their name, email, and phone number when they've watched a presentation that is asking them to spend like $30, and you're going to go and spend a ton of time talking to people 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day. I've seen people that spend 8 to 10 hours a day on the phone to convince people that they want to spend $15 or $10 or $5, right? Obviously, they know because they can make more money in the long run. But that being said, that's not freedom. It's not freedom, right? Freedom is literally being able to trade your money to have someone else do something so you can spend your time doing something else that you actually enjoy doing, i.e. me and Angela, we're about to go up to the hills over there, and we're going to sit in the park, and there's little grills up like overlooking the reservoir, and we're going to go hiking out there, and we're actually, you know, we just had our assistant go get, you know, some veggie dogs and some hot dogs and a whole bunch of other stuff, chips and all this stuff. We're going to go out there and we're going to have a picnic. We're going to grill out hot dogs and chill by the reservoir and go for a hike and whatnot. And the reason we can do that is because we have leverage in our business, i.e. we spend money so other people can do the work for us. We make more money back than we've actually put out, and we can just keep cycling that again and again and again. And folks, you can do the same thing. Right? Like that is really, that's really the beautiful thing about what we have here. And, you know, we could go, we could go back. I don't know if we need to go back through all this stuff now, quite honestly.
Probably not. I think this is actually more important than the stuff that we're going to be talking about, is just really why this stuff works. Because, you know, people are introduced to different things all the time. And the biggest question everyone's got going on in their mind is, will this actually work? Well, we've proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that it does work. It works for new people. We're going to be literally bringing out some of the people that we've actually helped here over the course of the next couple of Hangouts, because going into the pre-launch, which we're going to get into here in just a moment, we're going to talk about how you guys can actually go ahead and earn the $400 all the way up to $32.98 commissions here in the next few days. That's why you guys are here, believe us. Even though we've forgotten the outline and we've pretty much crumpled that and thrown it out the window, we do actually realize why you guys are here. We're going to explain to you guys how exactly you can earn those commissions. But the main thing that you guys really need to understand before you understand even how that works is how the whole system actually fits together and how it can work for you, even if you've struggled before. It really does not matter if you've ever made a penny on the internet before, because we literally have hundreds of people that are inside of our program right now that have never had any success online. They've struggled for years, or they literally just got online for the first time and are already making money. They're already making money because they weren't told they need to go to contact their friends and family. They weren't told they need to learn advanced marketing strategies. They weren't told to go build all their own websites and lead capture pages and things. They weren't told to go learn how to write a headline. They were told to follow 5 simple steps wherein we lay out exactly what to do, how to get the very same traffic that we already get, right? With this traffic, we launched our system. In the first 60 hours, 188 people jumped on board. 188 people.
188 strangers.
That had no idea who we were at all. We didn't launch this system to our team members that already had bought stuff from us before. We could have done that. It would have worked great. But the way that we did it, it worked even better, because what we proved when we actually launched this system to complete and total strangers from our traffic resource, right? What we proved was that anyone can send the same traffic and get the same results. Anyone can go out there, and it didn't matter if they'd had success before. It didn't matter if they'd struggled for years. It didn't matter if today was their first day ever getting on the internet and they don't even know what Google is, because if they can follow these 5 steps, they can make money. Right? That's what people need when they first come on the internet, or if they've been struggling for a long time too. What they need is a simple, systematic process that's foolproof, because once you teach somebody that they can make money, they'll trust you, right? So many different things out there. You watch a sales video, it's like all you need to do is get started and then you can make money, and then what happens? You're handed an owner's manual and here's 15 hours of setup, and then don't forget the 27 hours of training videos that you need to watch to learn how to market. And all of a sudden, the person is sitting there like ready to tear their hair out and hates their sponsor, because like, what the heck did you just pull me into? This is not easy. You told me it was easy. It's not. So what we prove here is that when people get started, they go through the 5 steps, they realize that, holy crap, this is actually easy. This is the first time I've actually joined something wherein they told me the truth. I'm already making money in my first week. And then what will happen, right? What will happen is you will then trust us to teach you advanced marketing strategies over a longer period of time. You'll stick around longer because you'll realize, hey, I'm already making money. I'm already making a little bit of money. If I want to make a lot of money, yeah, there's advanced strategies you got to learn, right? We're not going to sit here and BS you. You do have to learn marketing if you want to be a marketer on the internet, all right? That's something that you got to learn if you want to go out there and make $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. These are real numbers. Real people do actually earn these sums of money with systems like this on the internet, because it's leveraged, right? They don't have to be going out there and doing everything themselves to make that money. They put money into an area, right? Somebody else does all the work for them, i.e. sends the traffic, and then they come back and they realize that they've made money. That's how this really, really works. And so many people, there's one more thing I want to touch on, and I'll pass it back over to you. So many people with cold traffic, like I was told this for years with cold traffic, and I've always been in the mindset of kind of ambitiously lazy, if you will. I've always had a large marketing list because I've always done a lot of marketing, but I've always been extremely lazy about mailing my lists. And I've been told time and time again that the money is in the list. The money is in the list. And that's not a lie. There is definitely money in the list, and I've definitely lost a lot of money over the years by being lazy and not mailing my list. But here's the real truth of it. That's where the extra money is. At least that better be where the extra money is. Because if you can't make money on the front end and you gotta wait weeks or months to actually get your marketing money back that you put into your system, I mean, how are you supposed to run a business? How are you supposed to, put $1,000 into marketing and then you got to wait like 3 months for your $1,000 to come back from you completely like badgering your list every single day, day in and day out? Number one, the new marketer can't do that because they don't understand how to actually write compelling sales copy and emails. And number two, my gosh, if you're waiting 3 months to get $1,000 back out of marketing, like you're running a freaking awful business here. you're like massively in the red. How it really works, guys, is you need to be able to put money into marketing, be able to get that money back out immediately, make more money on the back end through high-level products, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. And then if you decide to start learning higher-level marketing strategies and things like that, team building strategies, these types of things, then you can earn even more money by mailing your list. The money is not just in the list. The money better be in the front end, converting into back-end sales. Right. That's where it has to be in order for you guys to actually be able to get into profit and run a sustainable business.
Right. And folks, a lot of people, you may be wondering, do we have all this other information in there? Are we going to charge you thousands of dollars to learn team building strategies, higher level marketing training? It's all included. Right? It's all literally included in the monthly membership. We have people that are getting results in our system that are putting together trainings as we speak, that we're coming out with 1 or 2 trainings a week right now of people. We're actually taking away old trainings that no longer work. If the marketing training does not work, one of the biggest things I hate is this, and I don't use the word hate too often, but one of the things that frustrates me is this. I've been involved in multiple different systems, and in every single one of them, there's been a library of trainings, whether it was part of the system or whether you paid extra for it or whatever, that were outdated, that didn't work, that were still being sold. And even if they were given away, for free with that system, what you're doing is you're literally telling someone, hey, go do this marketing and you're gonna be able to get results with it. And then they go do that marketing and they don't get results and they're like, what did I do wrong? What is wrong with me? Oh my God, I suck at this thing, I give up, I quit, right? Yeah. You're literally just screwing people at that point. Like, that's what you're doing, right?
Good way of putting it.
And it's frustrating as heck. And so one thing Angela and I have guaranteed that we will do is, aside from updating our funnels, aside from tweaking things and testing them and putting new things in place, we've got more pages that we're out there testing right now that we're making sure work better than what's currently there, and then we'll be making that available to you. Aside from doing that kind of stuff, if someone comes to us and says, hey, that strategy I put in there is no longer working, better take it out, right? And we have that agreement with the people that are putting strategies in there. If that is no longer working, we want to take that training out of there and put updated stuff in there, right? We want people using what is actually working right now, not looking at something and spending literally weeks and months mastering the strategy only to find out, oh my God, all that stuff's outdated and it actually doesn't work. Or, oh my God, that stuff actually doesn't rank you on Google anymore. It actually tanks you on Google and puts you down in the ground, the sandbox or whatever.
I have a funny story about that. Like when I first got started, I went through this training that was like showing me how to do a specific strategy. I'm actually not going to mention the strategy because some of you guys may know what it is already. But I went through this training, and it was a very like specific training. You need these tools. You need to go and spend, you know, monthly membership fees on like 5 or 6 different tools. You need to buy like 3 or 4 different products. I went and spent like $600 or $700 like on the front end buying the products that the training told me to buy. This was going to show me how to get like 150 leads per day for free, right? Because it wasn't actually like technically paid marketing, even though I had to pay for like all these tools. I then had about $800 per month in monthly subscriptions for all these different marketing tools. And I literally followed this thing to a T. I did exactly what I was told to do. I was a brand new marketer. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I watched the training like, you know, 10 or 15 times over. And I actually stayed consistent. See, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll start on strategy and it doesn't work after 2 days. And so they give up on it and they think, oh, I like something's wrong with the strategy. It can't be me. I'm just going to quit. I'm going to move on to a different strategy. Well, I didn't actually think like that. The entire time I was like, I am following this thing. I did it for like 8 months. I did exactly what I was told to do. I did not leave anything out. I watched the training a million times over. And at the end of 8 months, I was generating like a lead a day from the stupid strategy because the strategy was outdated. See, what I didn't know was that the training was put together like literally almost a year before I actually got my hands on it and started watching it. And it had been outdated for months before I even started learning it. And basically I was completely screwed because I went through this training. I did everything that I was told. I spent thousands of dollars by the time 8 months had rolled around. And I had no results to show for because nobody took the stinking training out of the back office of the system that I was in. It should have been taken out, right? Why would you keep training in a back office that's outdated, that doesn't work anymore? You're pointing people in the wrong direction. You're leading them astray. And I just find it freaking frustrating. So it's like funny story now, looking back on it, because like, it's not a mistake I would make now. If I saw a training was put together, I realize now that the internet changes all the time. It changes from week to week. A strategy that works today might not work in 2 weeks from now. You know, I remember when I actually watched it, it occurred to me like, you know, this is a year ago, but that's only a year ago. You know, this wasn't put together like 5 years ago. I'm sure this thing works, you know? But
internet time is a lot faster, folks. Internet time, like literally, it's like compounded. Like literally things change by the second. You might notice Facebook updates their stuff literally like weekly. I remember someone coming to me years ago and they're like, hey, Jordan, your video, it doesn't look the same as Facebook now. And the video's like literally 5 days old. And I'm like, can you change your video? I'm like, well, no. Just figure it out. You know, like I'm not going to go reshoot hours worth of video because Facebook updated their thing, because they update their thing like daily. You know, there's like new little features like daily, you know? And so there's just no way to keep up with it in that fashion. But what we're talking about is not like, oh, Facebook looks slightly different. It's like the strategy literally does not work anymore. There was a strategy I was teaching a year ago that if I had continued teaching that after I was not getting results, if I had continued teaching that to people after I was literally like done getting results, it would have been crazy, right? Like we will not do that, right?
Yeah.
So moving on from that here, folks, you're here because you wanted to learn how to earn between $400 and $32.98 per sale, right? Per customer that you bring in. And so let's get to it. The bottom line is this. When Angela and I first launched the Freedom Fighters Network, our entire goal was to help our team in a company we were involved in, help our team get front end sales, because we knew we could help them get back end sales, right? Like we knew without a shadow of a doubt that if we could just help them get front end sales, we could help them get the back end sales, right? We could help them do that. We knew that. That being said, different things happened. We ended up parting ways from that company, and looking at other different companies and looking at things. And here was really the bottom line with everything that was out there. You know, some of the companies we looked at were like, well, you know, quite honestly, that's just a product so that they can make money. That's just like, we're not just gonna, you know, there was other companies we looked at were like, well, that's a product, but I mean, I don't even want that. So like, I don't know if I can sell that just to sell it. Right.
Yeah.
You know, then there's companies out there like, ooh, we like this company. Except, you know, this company's literally, it's been around for 15 years. The conversion rates will be terrible because literally everyone's already heard of it, you know? Not that it's not a good company with a solid product and all that stuff, but you know, it didn't work. And then we found what we thought was a perfect company, a perfect match The issue is simply this, that they didn't have the same vision we had, right? And folks, we have a vision so big. I mean, you heard us say we want to help 100 people earn get on track to be earning 6 figures a year, $10,000 a month. We want to help 100 people break through the $10,000 a month income level by the end of this year. That's like 2 months from now, right? Yeah. We want to help 100 people do that, right? We want to help people break through. We want to help 50 people to 100 people break through the $1 million a year income level, or, you know, which is like $83,000 a month by next year, right? Like, we have big, grand visions. And in order for us to help you, we have to be surrounded by people that can have that same kind of vast, huge, wonderful vision, and not, you know, something small, right? Like, they have to think big. They have to believe that something big can happen, right? They have to believe that it can happen. And what we found was that some of the people we were looking to work with, while they seemed awesome, and they're you know, great people, nothing wrong with them, phenomenal people, it's just their vision wasn't as big as ours, right? Well, to literally throw a glass ceiling on top of a rocket ship, like, you know, it wasn't even a glass ceiling. We could have broke through that, but it was like an iron curtain on top of a rocket ship, right? Like, rocket ship's going to fly into an iron curtain. What's going to happen? It's going to blow up, right? It's going to blow up. Can't have that, right? And so what we realized was we needed to create something of our own. If we wanted to have something that fit our vision, with owners that really truly believed in the vision and wanted to run to the moon and were willing to do whatever it took to make that thing go to the moon, right? If we truly wanted to work with owners like that, well, we're like, shit, we need to work with ourselves. You know, and so literally we've spent weeks and weeks and weeks, well over a month now, putting this together. You know, we've got some amazing connections from people that have been in the industry for 30, 40 years. You know, just absolute amazing team of people that we're working with, and we're running the show, right? And what we're doing in the next few days here is we're going into what we're calling pre-launch, right? This week is a series of hangouts leading up to pre-launch. Pre-launch is happening for people that are already a member of Freedom Fighters Network. Only if you're in Freedom Fighters Network will you even get access to be able to hear about this information, as well as make money selling these products, right? Make money selling these product lines, right? That's the only way you're going to hear about it, is by being a member of the Freedom Fighters Network, which you can do right now by clicking the button down below. Take your 7-day free trial, go to that order form page, fill it out, and just get started right now with the person who invited you here. That will get you in the door. That will get you invited to our live hangouts that we're going to be doing going into pre-launch. What is happening during pre-launch, it is a 7-day window. A 7-day window. You have 7 days from the day that we go live. It doesn't matter if someone joins Freedom Fighters, you know, in the middle of that or whatever. The 7-day window is this time, right? So if someone joins in this day, they might have 2 or 3 days to actually make the decision to get started on that during pre-launch. And the reason we're doing that is because we're doing a pre-launch and we're doing a massive discount, huge discount, is going to save people thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off of the retail price of these products, right? And what's going to happen at that point in time is we're going to do a pre-launch. We're going to sell literally hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars worth of these products here. And then we're going to stop selling them. And then we're going to go into what we are calling a blackout period for 7 days. And then we're actually going to launch the company. We're going to officially launch the company at that point in time. Launch is just going to go and it's going to make everything, like, everything's just going to flow from normal after that point in time. We'll have a thing in there where people can get a discount for a certain amount of time. Upon getting started, they get a time discount, you know, timed incentive, fast action taker bonus. We love working with people that take fast action. That's why we literally offer amazing discounts, amazing savings, free trials, different things of that nature for people that take fast action. Because folks, people that decide to take quick action when they see a good opportunity, when you see a good opportunity and you see something that you believe you can actually do, not jumping on that, you're literally hindering your growth, you're hindering your success. You're saying, you know, like, yeah, I believe in it, but I'm not going to do it. Like, you know, and those are the people that literally never succeed, right? But the people that literally come in, they say, oh my God, I see this, it's amazing, I'm getting in, right? They're like, that you got it. That's all you need to succeed. You got to be a fast action taker. You got to be ready to move when you see an amazing opportunity, right? And so what we're going to be doing, and this is going to be absolutely amazing, is the 7-day pre-launch, the 7-day blackout, and then literally just launching the company. Here's what's going to happen, folks. People are literally lining up right now. People are, can I give you my credit card information now? Can I send you money? Can I wire you money? Can I send you a check? There's people saying, hey, can I skip the free trial and just pay the $47 because I'm just ready to do this thing.
Somebody called me with their credit card number today so that I could make sure that we entered their card number in at launch because they can't actually be at the launch. Like, this is something that will go bigger and further than really any of us, including Jordan and I, can even imagine, because we can already see how excited
I can imagine.
People are. I mean, I can imagine, but I feel like it's going to go even bigger than what we're thinking.
Exactly. And folks, so when we do this launch, like, we're literally going to go live. Literally hundreds and hundreds of people are going to be getting started at that point in time. Hundreds of thousands of dollars are going to be made at that point in time in commissions earned by you should you decide to take action with us. And then here's what's going to happen. All of a sudden, that success story. Remember, folks, we talked about this earlier. What's the formula? Get involved in something, get it set up, get your marketing done, get a result, market that result. Well, here's where things change. That result just went from, hey, I got some free signups. Hey, I made $30, $25. Hey, I made a couple $100, right? Like, I'm earning a couple $100 a month here, to, hey, I just earned $400 in
one commission.
Hey, I just earned, I always forget what the middle one is. It's like, a couple $1,000, whatever it is. It's a couple $1,000. I just earned a couple $1,000 in one commission, in one sale. I just earned $3,298 in one sale. Now your results marketing turns around and says that, how many people are going to start flooding into this free trial of Freedom Fighters Network and then seeing that presentation and then saying, oh my God, I have less than 7 days now to save that. It's just like a huge, massive discount. It's 33%. It's literally thousands of dollars. I got to do this, right? Because they're going to literally just see person after person coming out on Hangouts, on videos, on Facebook posting, emails. They're going to see it all over the place of people saying, I just made XYZ amount of money. And they're going to say, oh my God, it's working. I need to get in on that thing, right? And so that whole week long is just going to keep ramping up. And then we're stopping it, right? Some people are like, why would you stop a ramp up like that? Well, because we have to have that 7-day window. During that blackout period, we're doing something that's just insanely exciting. What we're going to do is we're literally going to do, again, Hangouts daily, of people talking about, hey, I was involved in the pre-launch. I'm a founding member of the Freedom Fighters Network top tier, which is nameless for now. We can't tell you. You're going to learn about it when we actually do the live pre-launch hangout. And during that blackout period, we're going to have pages set up with videos on there, with testimonials, with people talking about the money they made. We're going to be doing Hangouts all the time, literally like this time of day for people that are in the European time zones, other times a day for people that are in here, as well as like, the Australian time zones, and all different times of day, multiple days of the week. Literally, I think every single day of that week, we're going to be doing Hangouts. And then we're going to launch again. And all of this success that built up right here is going to go right into launch. And people are going to be like, man, I missed the pre-launch, but I'm not missing this launch. I missed the pre-launch, but I am about to go on because this thing is making millions of dollars, right? That is what is about to happen here, folks. That is what is about to shift the industry. And then the results marketing that happens after that point in time. Literally, you're going to have people coming and saying, hey, I just started in FFN. I just started in the Freedom Fighters Network, right? I just started here a month ago. It is the first opportunity I've ever been involved in. I'm not a marketer. I'm literally a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home grandma. I literally whatever they do, right? I've never done this before, and I just had a $10,000 week. I've never done this before, and I just made $3,000 last week. An average American family salary is $40,000 or less per year, right? And people are going to be making that in a week. People are going to be doing what people go and bust their ass for in a month. They're going to be doing that in one commission, right? They're going to be earning that in a single commission. And when they can go out there and say that, folks, trust me, it's going to be awesome that there's leaders, and some of you are hanging out on this hangout right here watching us. You guys are going to make, boatloads of money, right? Like, we already know that. You already know that. And that's exciting. And that's going to attract people too. Here's what is going to attract people though. And no offense, leaders, we love you. You guys are awesome, right? Like people are going to be, people will be excited when I go and say, hey, look, I made $100,000 last week. Like people are going to be excited about that. They're like, holy shit, that's awesome, right? But it's not going to be as exciting for them as when they see someone who's been struggling online for 3 years, for 5 years, finally making thousands of dollars in a week, finally making a 5-figure income in a week, right? That is what's going to be exciting, because that's what it's going to tell them. Listen to this, folks. What it is going to tell them, what this says to the world is, folks, it's not just the leaders making money. It's not just the people that, yeah, Jordan, you've been making money for years, right? You've been making money online for years. Angela, you were a leader before this. You had a, what, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. Like, okay, so it's exciting that you jump in, start this company, and make a ton of money. Hey, you leader over there, yeah, you were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and you went on and made a bunch of money here. That's exciting, cool, congratulations. And folks, not that we're not going to praise every single bit of success that comes, because praising success, whether it's yours or not, the universe loves that and they send more success. If you watch someone else succeed and you go praise that, the universe sends more success your way, because the universe loves abundance. The universe is the most abundant thing ever, right? What is going to be exciting and what is going to shift the entire industry, what is going to flip the industry on its head, and they're going to be like, what the heck is going on over there? I got to get in on that thing, is they're going to see the struggling marketer succeeding. They're going to see someone come in and make the kind of money that they're struggling to make in their first couple of days, right? They're going to see a brand new marketer who's never done anything online before making the kind of money that they've never made, and they've been struggling online for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, right? They've been struggling to make money in the home business industry, and they're going to say, that brand new person that has no clue what they're doing is making more money than I've ever made in my life. What the heck are they doing? I want in with them, right? I want in with them. We've got people that have been in the industry that actually, are successful, that are joining brand new marketers. Why? Because they see them getting more results than they've gotten before. I am just so freaking pumped here, folks. And I could keep talking for hours here, but what I'm going to do is grab a drink of water, because I can tell Angela's like, she's like a caged animal right now, waiting to get out here and share what's going on, folks, and why we're so excited. You be here for this pre-launch, folks. You be here for this pre-launch. Be here for this pre-launch. Get into Freedom Fighters Network right now. When we go into pre-launch, you want to be inside of Freedom Fighters Network, because you want to be the founding member with us. You want to be launching this thing with us. That too increases the ability to get more results. You say, hey, I'm a founding member. Holy cow, I was there when it launched. Oh my God, you were there when it launched? You were part of that at the beginning? Like, you are instantly celebritized. I remember I was at an event, and this guy asked me about something, and he didn't even know who I was. Like, he asked me about something, and I was like, oh, the check-in's over there or something. And he's like, so how long have you been involved in the company? I was like, well, I got in, I was in that little hotel room. He's like, holy cow, you were there in the beginning. Can we shoot a video together? Like, instantly. Like, it didn't matter if I had results or not. He's just like, oh my God, you're a celebrity, right? Instantly. It was amazing.
It really is amazing. Certain times, who here feels like they've never been in the right place at the right time? I remember I used to feel like that. Then a few years ago, what happened was, all of a sudden, finally, I was actually in the right place at the right time. See, certain times in life, there's paradigm shifts. What has already happened with the Freedom Fighters Network is a paradigm shift. Before the Freedom Fighters Network, people had to learn marketing in order to have success. We brought something to the market wherein people didn't have to know anything and they could have success. What we're about to do is we're about to not only allow people to have a little bit of success, we're about to allow people to earn, between $400 and $3,298 commissions without knowing marketing. And that's never, ever been done before. I promise you this will cause a paradigm shift in this industry. And the question is, there's going to be literally hundreds of thousands of people that look for this thing, that find it, that join it. Are they going to be joining you, or are they going to be joining somebody else? That's really the question. The only way they can join you is, of course, if you take the first action step and you join first, which you can do anytime now by clicking on the button down below. It's either going to be a free trial if you've already, if you haven't let the timer go to zero. If you did let the timer go to zero, it's $47 to get started. Just $47. Guys, like, there's been people that have emailed me like, oh, I don't want to do it if I can't start with the free trial. Well, why not? Why not? Why would you not want to start something for $47 wherein you're going to be learning how to make a life-changing income, how to quit your job, how to stay home with your family, how to literally live your dreams? You guys want to know how I built a 6-figure income in the last company I was in? It was pretty simple. It really was pretty simple. Even though most people in that company, especially at the time that I came back to the company, most people struggled to ever earn money. I brought in hundreds of people into my team in that company, and I had very few people ever see success because the funnels didn't convert. What set me apart? Why did I earn money? How come people decided to join me? I was in the hotel room with Jordan. I was there in the pre-launch. I got started in my first 5 weeks when everybody wanted to get started with this thing because it was a paradigm shift at the time. It was brand new. Nobody had ever heard of it before. Everybody wanted to get started. Who were they getting started with? They were getting started with me because I was out there marketing. I made literally over $10,000 in my first 6 weeks. I took that story. I made literally hundreds of YouTube videos, and I built a residual income in that company. I literally went from, I actually quit for a year. Dumb of me to do, right? But I quit for a year. I came back. When I came back, I like broadcasted my success and went from like $0 to $10,000 a month in a matter of a few months. In a matter of a few months, I did that because I had the story. Everybody here right now, you have the ability to have that same story. It doesn't matter if you'd ever had success before. Before I was in that company, I was struggling to hit $1,000 a month, and $1,000 a month was like what I was spending.
Point.
Yeah, that was the break-even point because that's what I was spending in marketing, right? I was in the red. I couldn't figure out how to get into the black. This company came along. I was there for the pre-launch. I was finally there at the right time. I was in the right place at the right time, just like you are right now. And because I decided to take action, I went from struggling my entire time ever in marketing to earning $10,000 a month very, very simply and easily in that company because I got in before everybody else was in. You know, our thing is going to continue to convert for a long period of time. I can promise you that because Jordan and I, unlike a lot of other company owners out there, we're very, very focused on the conversions. If we're going to be offering you guys traffic, it's like very, very important to us that we're not just offering you guys traffic and then you send it to a funnel but doesn't convert. We're always testing things. We're always tweaking things. We're always making sure that if you actually take the actions that we tell you to take, that you're actually going to get results, because it's been very, very frustrating for me in the past when I've done exactly what I was told to do and I didn't get the results that I was supposed to get. I didn't get 150 leads a day when I did exactly what I was supposed to do according to a training video. It's important to us that our conversions stay high and they stay up there, but your only job, really, right? Your only job is to just take the action. We've taken all of the other complicated stuff out of the mix. The only thing you have to do is just take action, and you have to take action now, because if you don't take action now and you miss this pre-launch, you're not going to be able to earn those commissions. You're not going to be able to earn between $400 and $3,298 rather next week. You're going to watch people that are literally your peers that you may have been struggling with for a long time. Somebody that you've been struggling with is going to get started. You're going to watch them succeed, and you're going to be sitting on the sidelines, and you're going to be saying, man, I wish I would have done that. Let's not have that happen. Let's have you look back in 90 days from now, because the bottom line is this: the next 90 days are going to happen whether you decide to do this or you don't decide to do this. The only question remaining is, are you going to look back in 90 days and say, man, I'm really glad I did that, because now I don't have to go work a job. Now I can go on vacations whenever I want to. Now my life is totally different because I made that decision 90 days ago. Or are you going to look back and you're going to look at somebody that you've been friends with for a long time in the industry, and you're going to look back and you're going to say, man, that person was struggling with me and they're making 20 grand a month now. Their life is totally different. I wish I would have done what that person did. Let that person be you. That person can be you. It doesn't matter if you've struggled before. It doesn't matter if you've never had success in this industry before. It doesn't matter if this is your very first hangout that you've ever been on, where somebody told you can make money online. If that's you, God bless you. I wish that I found this opportunity first.
Oh, I love it. That is awesome. Yeah, God bless you if this is your first. If this is your first rodeo here, if this is your first look at making money from home, my goodness, folks. Like, and just, I don't know if you know Angela's backstory, but she was $45,000 in debt before she finally started making money in our industry. And that was like 4 years, right? I was $18,000 in credit card debt. Now, that didn't include literally all the thousands of dollars that I had paid off on my credit cards. I was continuing to max them out over the course of my first 6 months, and I had made $0. $0 I'd made, right?
Why did I make money? What was the shift that happened for me? Now, folks, if you've been struggling for a while, pay attention to this. What was the shift that happened? Well, there's two really important things here. First and foremost, I look at this system. I look at this system and I say, man, I want to get started in this. Like, I remember contacting this guy on Facebook and I said, hey, dude, you're like one of the top earners in our company. What are you doing? And he's like, well, I got this little thing over here. Go check it out. So I go watch a video. Like, he literally spoke to me for about, what is that? I've got this little thing over here. I've got this little thing over here. Go check it out. 11 words, right? 11 words that he typed. Probably took him all of 12 seconds, you know? And he sends it over to me and I go check this thing out. And I'm like, oh my God, this looks amazing. Like, this is what I need. Well, what was it? It was a system that I could send traffic to that would get me results, right? It was a system that was going to teach me how to market online. It was a system that was working at the time, right? And I remember looking at this thing and I'm like, I'm freaking broke. I've literally maxed out all my credit cards. I don't have money, right? They're asking me, it's $1 for like a 2-week trial or whatever it was, or a 10-day trial. I forget how long it was. It was $1, right? And I'm like, okay, I got the $1. Like, I'm broke, but I can come up with $1. Like, I can get $1
That's
somewhere,
not the issue.
right? The issue was, I said, okay, after this, it's $49.95 a month. It's essentially $50 a month. How am I going to come up with that, right? And man, I tossed this around in my head for weeks. I sat there and I'm like, I'm not worried about the $1. I'm worried about the $49.95. I'm worried about the $49.95. What am I going to, how am I going to come up with that money? How can I afford that money, right? Then one day, I remember saying this to someone. And they said, Jordan, with that attitude, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. Don't get involved, right? Because here's what you're doing. Here's what you're doing. He said, you are literally assuming that you're not going to make money when you get involved in that system. You're literally assuming that by starting that and adding that tool and that system and that resource into your business, that you're not going to make money with it. That's what's causing you to be nervous about the $49.95. Instead, switch your mindset around. If you can do this, you'll make money. If you can say, forget the $49.95, I'm going to make way more money than that. So the $49.95, holy cow, is not the issue, right? Instantly, I switched my mindset around. I went in, I got started for $1. I set up the autoresponder. I get the system set up, which took about 8 hours, by the way, folks. It took about 8
Not 45
hours,
minutes.
by the way. And then I had to learn marketing, right? So then I get out there and market. With that being said, though, I made money the very next day, right? Why? Because I got in and I got going, and I had the mindset of, I'm not concerned about what it's going to cost me, because I'm going to be making more money than the cost. You see, people that are not business owners, people that have a job mentality, there's nothing wrong with that, folks. If that's you right now, I was there. Well, Angela never had a job, so I can't say she was there. I was almost going to say Angela was there. She was never there. She never had a job. So she doesn't understand.
As an insurance broker, it was my own thing, but it felt like a job. I was working a million hours.
Most people look at it and they think, well, you know, I want to get paid before I spend money because it's what I'm used to, like with a job, right? Not taking into account, like, you know, if you go get, like, I went and got the last job I ever had. When I applied there, I got the job, and I remember what happened next. They said, okay, you need to have this specific brand of shoes. You need to have these specific colors of pants. You need to have these specific shirts, and you need to go buy one of these hats. And then you're driving to and from work every day and spending gas money on all that stuff, right? So I went out and spent $200 on clothes so I could go get a job to make $8 an hour, right? To make $8 an hour, I can go get a job to make $8 an hour, where I was going to make less than $1,000 a month, right? Don't believe me about the $1,000 a month. Angela saw my tax return from the other year. I was making less than $1,000 a month, right? I'm not joking when I say that, folks. A lot of people think I'm joking when I say that. I was making not that much money, right? I went and spent $200 to get a job where I could make less than $1,000 a month. And then there's people looking, you know, so switch that mentality was the point of it. So I switched that mentality, and here's what I did. Folks, I switched that mentality, and then here's what I did. First and foremost, I was like, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to the moon with this thing. This thing is going to work like crazy because I'm going to the moon with it, right? I got out there and I started marketing. I didn't know what I was doing, right? But here's what I knew. This person who was told me to get involved, granted, he created the system, which, you know, he's like, go get involved here. I get involved, and he says, okay, here's how this works. Go out and do this, and you'll get results. So I'm like, okay. He said, do enough of it, you'll get results. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do a ton of it, right? Because I want to get results. I didn't understand why it was working. I had no clue. I'm like, I don't know how me doing that is going to get me making money over here. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. It literally made zero sense to me that that would actually work and why it would work. But here's what I knew. He had made millions of dollars, right? He had helped other people make money. There were success story after success story after success story of people who had been struggling and then started making money with them. People who were brand new and were making money with them. Leaders who came over and made way more money with them, right? Like dramatically increased their incomes, right? And I said, clearly what they're doing is working. Clearly what they're doing is working because other people are getting results. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to trust them. I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, if I do what they tell me to do, and I follow in blind faith, not understanding why it's all working, but just say, if I just do it enough, I can get results. Well, I did it enough. I got results. That very week, I had an $800 day, a $600 day, something like that. I didn't know why I was making that money yet. Guess what? It didn't matter, right? That didn't matter. I was like, that is freaking awesome. I don't understand why I just made all this money, but I'm excited to be making this money because I've been struggling for so dang long. I'm excited, right? A couple weeks later, I understood why that happened. Right? That's what we have in place here with our system. You can get in, you can get going, you can get moving, you can get your marketing out there, you can get results before you understand why it works. Folks, if you just plug in and say, I'm going to do this thing, you know, just get in, get started, say, I'm going to do this thing, and have blind faith in the fact that we've helped literally hundreds and thousands of people here, right? We've helped just tons of people to have breakthroughs here, right? If you just see that, if you just see that, instantly you can believe that. Instantly your conviction should increase and say, hey, they're not lying to me. They did send someone over there and that person didn't know what they were doing and they got results. You know, that brand new person made money. That person who's been struggling forever brought in hundreds of people, right? If you can see that, now you can believe that it happened, right? There's no reason not to believe it now because it's already been proven. And if you can just say, hey, they've helped other people, they can help me too. If I just go in blind faith and plug in and follow the formula, I too can get results. And weeks down the road, or days down the road, or months down the road, I'll understand why it's happening, but I'll be making money in the process, right? Yeah. You can do what I did years ago, except it's a little bit easier here. I actually still had to go out and learn how to do some marketing back then. It still worked. I'm not saying it didn't. It was awesome. You can plug in and not know anything and still get results here, folks. That is the bottom line. And man,
Eric Flanagan is just
awesome. Did he type those in? He did. He typed that in backwards. You're so
That's awesome.
I love how you do stuff like that, man. And
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Eric's rocking it, and he's got a training coming into the back office here soon too, folks. He's absolutely rocking it. He's got a training coming into the back office about YouTube marketing that's going to be free for everyone who's a member. You literally can learn how he's generated hundreds of signups. And you
can become a member for free. So
right.
Like this is kind of a no-brainer, guys. Like the training that somebody put together, Eric Flanagan, who's an absolute rock star over here, he's teaching exactly what he's doing to get results. Right now, today, he's literally ranked for he's ranked for the Freedom Fighters Network, I think, on YouTube, which is crazy. It's awesome. Literally you get started for free, and then you get his training for free. You can learn how a major leader here has actually done exactly the things that he's done to get results, all for free. Like, it's completely a no-brainer. Just click the button down below and get started. And that will also allow you to participate in this launch. It's happening here in just a few days. And you cannot participate in that launch without being a member of the Freedom Fighters Network. We are only launching this to current members. This is not going to be an industry-wide launch. This is a quiet little pre-launch that's only happening for our community, our members, our active members inside of the Freedom Fighters Network. So make sure that you're one of those members so that you can actually get started and you can earn those $400 commissions, earn those $3,298 commissions. How would your life be different this week if you were to earn $400 this coming like Tuesday or something, or this Wednesday or this Monday, right? How would your life be different if you were to earn $3,298 in one commission and you didn't have to do any selling at all in order to earn it? All you did was push a button and send the exact same traffic that Jordan and I send to our own funnels that has already been proven to work. How would your life be different if you didn't have to go to a job in 3 months? How would your life be different if you could stay home with your kids in 3 months? How would your life be different if you can afford to go somewhere for Christmas that you've always wanted to go, or somewhere right after Christmas that you've always wanted to go? This is the kind of timeline we're talking about, guys. This is not a 3 to 5 year plan. This is literally a couple of months of you coming in, taking some action, and doing literally exactly what we teach you how to do. Do exactly what we teach you how to do, and then once you want to learn advanced marketing, go into our back office for free and learn from people like Eric Flanagan. They're going to show you exactly what they're doing, right? It's simple. It really is that simple. The only thing left for you guys to do is actually just take action and get started. So do that right now. Go ahead and click the button down below this video. We're going to be doing hangouts here over the course of the next few days, just literally back to back to back, getting people ramped up, excited about what is about to happen, because people are about to make more money than they've ever made in their entire life over the course of the next few days. Let's have you be one of them. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.
Awesome.
Bye.